What if the market you're standing in used to be a jail? Somewhere in this city, right now, someone is buying groceries in a building that once held prisoners. Nobody tells you that when you walk in. This world tour stop brought the world's attention to Toronto for a few loud, bright nights. But underneath that noise, this city has been quietly holding on to its own extraordinary stories for over 2 centuries. Tonight, we're going looking for one of them. St. Lawrence Market has stood on this exact spot since 1803, established by Lieutenant Governor Peter Hunter, back when Toronto wasn't even called Toronto yet. It was still York. That's more than 200 years of the same ground being used, rebuilt, and reused by the people who lived here. And here's the part almost nobody expects. The south building of that market wasn't just a market. At different points in its life, it was Toronto's first city hall and its first jail. City government, punishment, and groceries stacked in layers under the same roof, decades apart. Ask any vendor working there today what their stall used to be. Most of them genuinely don't know. The history is right under their feet, and it's invisible unless someone tells you to look. Here's a marker of just how far that market's reputation has traveled. National Geographic has named St. Lawrence Market one of the world's top 10 food markets, a global list for a market that started as a colonial trading post 2 centuries ago. Part of that reputation comes down to a single sandwich. Pea-meal bacon was officially declared Toronto's signature dish in 2016. It's a wet-cured, unsmoked pork loin rolled in cornmeal, and that process originally used rolled yellow peas instead of cornmeal, which is actually where the name pea-meal comes from, even though the peas themselves disappeared from the recipe a long time ago. Carousel Bakery, right inside the market, has served that same pea-meal bacon sandwich on a soft Kaiser roll with mustard for more than 50 years. Same sandwich, same building, 5 decades of Saturday mornings. Walk a few blocks away from the market, and the story changes completely. Kensington Market tells its history differently, not through one building, but through dozens of small shops and street food stalls that reveal the neighborhood's immigrant history all at once. East Asian flavors, Himalayan comfort food, handmade goods, all of it sitting side by side, block after block, each storefront its own small chapter. Back at St. Lawrence, in the North Market building, farmers have arrived at dawn every single Saturday to sell meat, cheese, and produce, a tradition that has run uninterrupted for more than 200 years. Same early mornings, same market floor, generation after generation of the same ritual. For a completely different kind of perspective on all of this, the CN Tower's public observation deck sits 447 meters above the city, almost 1,500 feet up, with a revolving restaurant slowly turning above everything you've just walked through at street level. From up there, the market, the jail turned city hall, Kensington Market, all of it becomes one small cluster of rooftops in a much bigger skyline. By the time the lights come up here in Toronto, this world tour will have already visited 15 cities on 3 continents. Every one of those cities is still being written, still changing, long after the tour moves on. Toronto just added another chapter to that list. Not a chapter about a concert, but a chapter about what was already here, waiting to be noticed. Enter the Toronto Story Experience and start your own route through the city's hidden past. The market, the jail, the sandwich, the skyline, all of it at your own pace.